You're watching Rurouni K95's anime review on Doomed Megalopolis. Hi Ruronis, this is your pal Rurouni K95 here. Today's anime review, we get to cover another 90s anime OVA. For today's anime review is Doomed Megalopolis. Doomed Megalopolis is a supernatural dark fantasy anime, and it's an adaptation of the historical fantasy novel Teito Monogatari by Hiroshi Aramata. The anime is darker, more violent, and sexualized than any previous adaptations of the novel. An artistic decision probably inspired by the financial success of the OVA, most significantly Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend, which ironically, Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend is particularly the more popular, controversial one, which is from the manga by Toshio Maeda. But anyways, like its live-action predecessor, The Last Megalopolis, the anime is the only adaptation of the first four books of the original novel. So let's begin with the review on Doomed Megalopolis. Let's begin. The story begins in a contemporary Tokyo with a voiceover narrative concerning the state of the expanding city. The narrator tells the tale of how Taira no Masakato went against the emperor and was executed for his crimes. However, his hatred for the new capital of Edo has left a dangerous onryo that persists in the city to this day. Throughout the years, Masakato's spirit was placated through the worship of the citizens of Tokyo, and he became deified as the city's guardian spirit. If his powerful spirit were to be awoken or disturbed through his suppressed anger against the Japanese empire would be unleashed and would cause havoc on an national level. The setting moves backward to 1908. The two figures appear in Tokyo exactly to be the same time. One was Yasumasa Hirai, a master onmyoji descendants of Abe no Seimei and leader of the Atsuchi Makado family, who has come to give advice to Baron Eiichi Shibuasa and on how to make Tokyo the most blessed and successful city in the East. The other figure is Yasunori Kato, who is just the character who predates M Bison from Street Fighter, which is the inspiration for M Bison from Street Fighter, which is an evil onmyoji who wishes to destroy Tokyo completely to appease his ancestors, the indigenous tribes of Japan, who fought against the imperial court in the ancient times. Kato plans to do this by awakening the raging spirit of Taira no Masakato as a weapon to demolish the city. To do this, he kidnaps a young woman, Yukari Tatsumiya, who is blessed with psychic powers to use as a medium for Masakato's spirit. Hirai discovers this and attempts to stop Kato and saves Yukari with his own magic. Hirai takes Yukari to the Tsuchi Mikado temple to perform the Monoimi ceremony, recreating the events of one of Abe no Seimei's famous tales from the Uji Shu Monogatari. Yeah. In the meantime, Yukari's friends fight against Kato's Shikigami outside the temple, so Hirai can complete the ceremony, but Kato still infiltrates with Hirai's protective circle with a magical intruder, stopping the ceremony. In the final act of desperation, Hirai grabs a sacred Hamaya and fires it at Kato, but Kato magically reflects it back, mortally injuring Hirai. With Hirai defeated, Kato escapes with Yukari. Yep. Kato uses Yukari as a medium to communicate with Masakato's spirit. However, Masakato still refuses to awaken. In response, Kato uses the magic of An on Yukari to impregnate her with the determination to conceive a child with even more spiritual power. Believing his magic has succeeded, Kato leaves Tokyo, planning to return when the child is of suitable age to use as a medium. Hirai's followers find Yukari and deliver back to her brother's home. Tragedy strikes the nation as the Emperor Meiji passes away, thus the ending the Meiji period. In a display of devotion to the Meiji Empire, Hirai come its seppuku, an act with also serves to define the year of Tokyo's destruction, the year of the pig. The story then moves 10 more years forward to 1923, where Yukari's daughter Yukiko Tatsumiya is now a young girl in Dalian, China. Kato creates artificial earthquake waves, which will amplify out to Tokyo. Then he returns to Japan to kidnap Yukiko. Upon crossing Nihonbashi Bridge, Kato runs into the several defense measures set by Tsumichi Kado clan, including Kimon Tonko, spell set by Hirai's follower named and Oda Rohan. Despite all this resistance, he still successfully makes his way to Masakato's grave and tries to invoke its spirit through the body of Yukiko. Furious, Masakato's spirit reenacts by summoning a lightning bolt down upon Kato. However, Kato's previous attempt to create an artificial earthquake were successful to disturb the underground dragon whose violent relations under the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923. Which is, speaking of which, the plot shifts into 1927 when rebuilding Tokyo are put forth by Suguru Hayakawa to erect a subway system which will modernize the city. Hayakawa employs the talents of Tohirahiko Harada, a physicist and scientist in the field of the earthquake studies, to oversee construction. Kato infiltrates the construction sites for the subway tunnel and utilizes Shikigami to hold the workers at bay while he focuses on the second awakening of the underground dragon. Trying to create an earthquake larger than the Great Kanto one, Shibuasa calls in a feng shui expert, Shigemaru Kurada, who pinpoints the source of the disturbances to foreign magic that is undermining the balance of the earthquake's spiritual energy veins. Since the construction workers are too frightened to continue their work, Terada, that a different on action must complete an evacuation. He enlists Dr. Makoto Nishimura to use his robot Genkotsu to finish his work. Gakutotsoku to finish his work. Terada that reasons that since Ganketotsoku is inhuman, he can't be tricked by physical apparitions that would terrify normally men. Meanwhile, a young shrine maiden named by the name of Keiko Makata appears near the Ministry of the Finance. She is powerful and skilled Miko, who has been summoned by the spirit Masakato's spirit, so suppose. Kato, while praying at Masakato's shrine one day, she catches the eye of Yoichiro Tatsumiya, who courts her. The two eventually married, and Keiko is eventually into the Tatsumiya household. As a member of the Tatsumiya household, Keiko provides spiritual protection for the family. From the inside, Kato prevents from rousing the underground dragon by Masakato, decides to kidnap Yukiko and uses her as a sacrifice to imply the dragon's energy. After a battle at the Tatsumiya household, Kato escapes with Yukiko and Keiko pursues him underground. Yeah. While contending with Keiko, Kato is acted and doesn't notice the efforts of Gankototsoku, who drilling deep underground, who has arrived at the heart of the underground dragon and self-destructs. This throws the chi veins into disarray, releasing Yukiko and foiling Kato's plan. Finally, Keiko uses Masakato's power to banish Kato. Wounded by Keiko has retreated to a small, distracted temple on the outskirts of Tokyo. The Dark Onmyoji employs all his powers to shift all the path to the moon, so that it would rebound violently off the earth and disturb the Firemouth dragon, who will destroy Tokyo. Keiko receives a spiritual aid from Kuroda and Masakato's spirits and sets off to stop Kato once and for all. Instead of fighting him, however, she channels the power of the Bodhisattva canon, who against whom Kaon, an Oni who is powerless. Bathed in the limits of compassion of the Bodhisattva, the curse that had been fueling Kato for so long is appeased, and he dissipates. The story ends in 1927, with Japan's first underground railroad system being opened, end quote, by Koda Rohan, who hopes Tokyo will find peace for a time being. And that was my review on Doomed Megalopolis. Yeah, because supervising director Rintaro, who's known for Harmageddon, The Dagger of Kamui, and Galaxy Express 39, who previously read Eito Monogatari upon its initial publication, who was greatly attached to it. It directed the animated adaptation. He felt that it was his biggest challenge. We would be distinguishing it from the recent popular live-action adaptations, Tokyo, The Last Megalopolis, and Tokyo, The Last War. He eventually decided that he would use it to freedom to given to him by animation to exploit supernatural elements of the story, presenting them in a far more illustrious fashion than was possible with the live-action films. Although he tried to cut his own unique vision, he admitted that the anime is still unabashedly influenced from the live-action adaptations. Actors are named Kazuhiko Shimada, who were recruited to provide the voice as Yasunori Kato, which the character Yasunori Kato was inspired by the main antagonist from Street Fighter, M Bison. Even though I reviewed Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, in my previous anime review, based on the popularity of his performance in the previous adaptations, this was his first time doing voiceover work for an animated production as well. It was released on VHS by Orion Home Video under the subsidiary with Streamline Pictures as well. Yeah, this also features Kaneto Shiozawa, who's known for the voices Rei in the Fist of the North Star anime series, who appeared in the movie Doomed Megalopolis. And this also features Ed Mannix, who is known for anime like Golgo 13, The Professional, and Robotech the movie. He was arguably best known for being the English voice for the Italian actor Bud Spencer in that one. If he appeared in any English voices for Bud Spencer in the Bud Spencer movies. This also features Barbara Goodson, Michael McConaughey, and there, as well as the Japanese version features Ken Yamaguchi, as well as Goro Naya, Keiko Han as well in the Japanese version. Oh, and this also features Cam Clark in there. Junichi the character Junichi Narutaki is voiced by Cam Clark in the English dub. However, in the Japanese dub, he's voiced by Koichi Yamadera, who is known for the voice as Spike Spiegel in the Cowboy Bebop series, Ryoga and Ron Mahaf. Oh, and he's also known for the voice as Beerus in Dragon Ball Super and other animes, and he also does the voice as Nikki in Urotsukidoji, Legend of the Overfiend. Forgot to mention that. Yeah? Because this OVA Doomed Megalopolis, however, this was released in 1991, only lasted 4 episodes from 1991 until 1992, especially on September the 27th, 1991 until August 14th, 1992. When it comes to, yeah, because Rintaro directed episode 4 for Doomed Megalopolis. Well, he written it for episode 4 for Doomed Megalopolis, which is the final episode. So that's going to be it for my anime review on Doomed Megalopolis. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's my thoughts on Doomed Megalopolis. Because the thing about the character from Doomed Megalopolis predates the character M Bison from Street Fighter, because I had the whole Street Fighter thing down in my mind, I guess. Hope subscribe for content. My anime plan, link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter and Facebook if you have Twitter and Facebook account, and all the social media. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking on the like button on this video. Feel free to leave in the comments section below in this video if you like as well. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RoniK95. Feel free to join my channel, especially if you're new to my channel. Hit the notifications bell button, and keep it otaku for this anime review, and I got another anime review coming up, what I got for tomorrow. Stay tuned for my next anime review. I got another anime TV series to review, which is with starting with my anime review on Martian Successor Nadesco. Stay tuned for my next anime review on Martian Successor Nadesco, because you won't want to miss another anime review.